So when you purchase the product, you'll receive a member login. You'll need to simply log in and watch the videos. As I said, you can download the videos onto your laptop, your phone or your tablet, whatever you want. There's 9 videos in all, as you can see, covering all of the areas you'll need from when you leave the door of your house right until you return a few hours later with a hot girl to take her to your bed. Let's go through each section in turn. So the first section is called Awareness and IOIs, and it gives you the lowdown on building your awareness, which is the real crux of natural game. So this is what gives you the ability to see the dating world through the eyes of a guy who gets it. You'll be able to spot opportunities that you never knew existed before. Through the advice and the carefully thought out exercises I give you, you'll begin to build the assumptive mindset so that you can maximize your chance of a positive outcome. In other words, take her to bed with every approach that you do. I also go into great detail on spotting and forcing IOIs. So you might have read about this before elsewhere on the internet. Now it's time to get the full story from the guy who invented this approach, this technique. That's me, by the way. Ultimately, you'll gain the ability to reduce the emotional investment in approaching by maximizing your conversion rate of each and every approach. Instead of spam approaching for endless hours, we're going to do fewer approaches but get consistently better results. And I don't just mean flaky numbers. So section 2 is called the approach, where I go into considerable depth on how to approach properly. So despite all the years of advice, all the millions of words of written advice and all the YouTube videos, the vast majority of guys still approach ineffectively. I break down building your social intuition and tailoring your approach to maximize the success rates in each environment, and even by reading the girl. I also take you through using sexual energy, authenticity, and the frame push when you approach. If you've seen my YouTube videos, I do this whenever I approach. Now I teach you exactly what I'm doing, and perhaps more importantly, what is going on in my head when I'm doing it. Now the next section is called Sexual Tension, where I break down what are the most critical elements of any pickup. Sexual tension. I teach you the mindset to lose your fear and discomfort about escalation, how to create sexual tension immediately, straight off the opener, and how to screen for girls who will ultimately waste your time, so you focus only on those girls where you actually have a shot of taking her to bed, so there's no more time spent agonizing over why she disappeared or ghosted you. I break down my most well-known pickup videos during the session, and we pick apart exactly what is going on, so you too can replicate my results. Now section 4 is called Making Girls Comfortable, and it involves a full and complete breakdown on making girls comfortable enough to sleep with you. So this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is what allows you to get those girls who are somewhat on the fence about you or are exceptionally high value with many options. So I break down my entire method, and this includes personal anecdotes from my own life to hammer home exactly how this is done. It's light years away from the inauthentic, simplistic view of telling fake stories and seeking rapport. Included are exercises to build your emotional sensitivity and your ability to create the love bubble. So the next section is called State Management, and this is a full comprehensive breakdown on emotional mastery. This is another critical element of pickup, because if you don't have this, your journey will be tortuous and you'll end up ultimately giving in. This is an area that I personally have struggled with my whole life, but have now virtually mastered. I break down the exact steps and processes I went through to do this, so that you too can follow it for yourself. In getting this emotional mastery, you'll not only become massively more attractive to women, like a solid rock that she feels safe and comfortable with, you'll also feel a lot better in your day-to-day life. So if you've ever felt too listless or too depressed or too down to go out and meet women, then you'll be very interested in this section. And finally we have Extraction, and in this section I break down foolproof actionable techniques that you can apply in those make or break moments when a girl is deciding whether to come home with you or leave the venue with you, etc. Or even get in a taxi with you. So over the last 20 years I've missed out on so many sure things with beautiful girls, which is possibly the most frustrating experience in the world for any man. I break down all the techniques and mindsets I've evolved over the years to combat this, and don't worry, because it is mostly technique. There are things that you can actually do to handle these problems that anyone can replicate. I give you all my secret techniques here, at least secret until now. If you're interested in buying the Secret Society, scroll down below the video and there's a checkout by PayPal button. Now you can check out by PayPal, and as the button, it says above the button, you can use your debit or credit card or PayPal. Doesn't make any difference, you can use either. So click the button now, get started and join the Secret Society today.